Hi, everybody. I'm Steve Lester, coming to you from the studios of New View TV. And today we are happy to once again be partnering with Slim Edge Productions and bringing you behind the scenes peek at the upcoming release, The Wrong Way. And with us right now, we have the main character, Brei Endia, who plays the part of Cassey. How's it going today, Brei?
Going really good. How about yourself?
Doing good. Trying to stay warm and because it's very cold. So yeah, just trying to stay warm and everything. So you play the part of Cassie. Tell us a little bit about that character in this movie and how that role unfolded for you.
So Cassie is a little sassy, but she's from around the way, around Baltimore. She kind of got a little classiness to her. She
Hmm.
pretty girl style. Can get, any guy she wants, but she's kind of stuck on her ex, and she ends up dealing with the guy who was the boyfriend of the girl that her boyfriend had cheated on her with. So it's just a lot
Hmm.
to it's a lot of messiness. And then she has another guy she's dealing with that she lets take her out. So yeah, it's like one of those type of stories.
Okay.
For me, I enjoy the character because I'm a female. I've dealt with certain things in certain parts of the story. I've seen others deal with and everything like that or whatever. So it's a very common and relatable type of theme and everything to the entire message and everything behind who
Okay.
Cassie is as well as the character she interacts with.
Sounds good. So you kind of jumped to one of the other questions that I have. Is this particular character story, or is the story in general, is it related, to your personal life any kind of way? How do you relate to that and playing that part?
Yeah, so for me it's relatable in a sense of it's not necessarily my particular story, but it
Hmm.
has certain similarities to the things that I've encountered in life and the things that I've experience. It's common to have that moment where you want to deal with your ex again, but then you have a new thing, and then do things out of vindication, like vindictive. I feel like that the plot was kind of vindictive.
Yeah.
It was a tit for tat thing going on. So I've experienced that, so I can say that it's relatable, especially to other women too.
Okay. So did you find it a challenge getting into this role, or was it even difficult when you think about some of the people that you may have known that has gone through things like this? Was it challenging for you to get into this role and make it what you needed to make it?
No, it wasn't. The only thing I can say maybe was a bit of a challenge was the coming to the understanding of how the end was going to be. Um, losing somebody is something that I've experienced so in real life. So then having to go through it in a script, can be kind of like a trigger. But
Right.
that's I feel as though what makes it powerful to have that type of a good plot and ending, because then it makes it so much more relatable. And so for me, being a character in this, it made me really just kind of I want to say actually heal certain things that I didn't realize would trigger me. So when those
Okay.
triggers hit me while being in the film, it's like, oh, I was able to address them and accept them for what they were instead of kind of burying them as if they didn't exist.
Gotcha. Okay. Were there any particular challenges when you were on set, or any?
Challenges,
Was there anybody that was
for
difficult to
me,
work with or anything?
oh no. See, for me, I had things going on in my personal life that kind of made it hard for me certain days with transportation and getting
Okay.
there on time. But other than personal like issues, I don't have anything that I feel as though I had. I don't really try to. That's not my focus when I'm doing something like this. So even if it was, I wouldn't remember by now because I put it behind me. But I
Okay.
don't recall anything though. Nothing.
So, how did you actually come to get this role? Did you audition? Was it just kind of given to you? And what made you want to go out for this role?
Um, I will say too, just to kind of branch off of the last question, I enjoyed the cast actually. It was a really fun experience. The people that I
Hmm.
dealt with were very, you know, down to earth. It was a lot of great people. So, moving on into this next question, you said, could you repeat?
No, I was saying, how did you get the role? How was the audition? What made you want to go out for this part?
I had basically in 2021, I had already decided that I wanted to start with acting, and I was doing some other different types of films at the time, like short films and short parts. So I had been referred because I had also started doing my music, and I been referred from a friend of mine who knew Jackie, and then I was able to ask her for an audition. So once I asked her if she would be able to do an audition, that's when I did it. And I think it was about maybe a week or two later that she told me that she wanted to see me doing, because first I auditioned for a certain role. I think it was a secondary role. And
Okay.
then she asked me to audition again for the main role. And that's when she told me that she wanted me to do that role. And that's how we got it started. And then from there, I was a part of the recordings of the film.
Nice. So that was a pretty good transition. You going in for a secondary role, and bam, you like the lead in the movie.
Right.
That's
Yeah.
pretty good. That's really
Yeah,
good.
I appreciated that experience.
So then this was your first time actually working with Jackie. What was it like with her working with her as a director?
I feel like it was a good experience because she's a transparent. I'm a transparent person. She's a transparent person, which I like working with people who are in those leadership roles who are able to be very like effectively communicating and when things did go wrong, she was very honest about what ways I need to be able to understand certain things happen and occur in this industry and just different of just this entire process was new for me. So we've kind of built our own relationship and understanding, I feel as
Right.
though, between, being a primary character and then her being the director. It was a lot of learning for me too. I wanted to be able to allow myself, I'm a teachable person, so
Hmm.
um I was able to let her be in her leadership role and just tell me what ways, and direct me in the ways that I needed to be. um, and I always wanted to make sure that I was doing what I needed to do in the ways that she's seen the character because it's her vision. So,
Okay. So I know we're still kind of going through this whole pandemic thing. Were there any difficulties related to that? As far as prepping for the days and any extra special circumstances that may have hindered some things from time to time, or was it just kind of smooth sailing
um,
again?
well, I can say that I was blessed and favored throughout this pandemic, and I still am. So I am thankful for that. I have gratitude because I am not going to say that I have a lot of complaints. However, there are bumps and things that occurred. I had some things happen with my vehicle, and then causing some things with transportation. But and then there were some times where there was miscommunication, and I'm a verbal and audio type of receptive person. So when it's a lot of emailing and back and forth with texting for
Hmm.
communication, I can overread. I misread sometimes. So I'm just working on, that better. But it's better for me when I can actually verbally talk with somebody about something or a change, especially if it's something that's a quick change. I need
Right.
to hear that like verbally. But other than that, it's been like it's pretty, yeah, like you say, pretty smooth sailing. I really enjoyed the experience, like I said.
Okay.
So mhm.
Did any of the actual characters in the movie make you angry?
Make me angry.
Yeah,
It takes a lot to make
sometimes
you
you get the
angry.
characters and there's always somebody that's just like, ah, gosh, he's playing this part too good and I don't like him. So
Oh no, I
anybody.
don't have an envious way about me. I like to see other people elevating in their purpose as well as me trying to fulfill my own. So it was actually cool seeing other people's, taste, flavor, and style of acting and, their different ways of going about things. It was some what do you call it? Like one of the characters that played like one of the third party guys I was dating. He had like this little flirtatious way about him, sometimes that was kind of like more so annoying or like irky. But I ain't really like, oh, you're making me mad. Like I don't get frustrated. Guys will be guys in general, and that's the part that he's playing. So I liked how he was able to like get into character and be in the character the whole time we was on that. And then understanding the characters anyway, I like to see it, you know, throughout the entire process like we did. So honestly, it was nothing to really get angry about. Like the girls I had to be catty with, if we had to
Mm-hmm.
be catty with each other, let's be catty. But it's the fact that everybody seems to have enough competency to understand that we're playing a role and this is not personal. So
Right.
that's what makes it a good experience in a film. So I feel like that was well kept as well by giving the direction of Jackie as well. How she decided that she wanted us to conduct ourselves really took
Mm-hmm.
a lot of precedence in how we performed the film.
Okay, sounds good. And what do you hope that the audience takes away from this film?
Um, a few things. For me personally, personal things that I would like the audience to take away from it is um, versatility, understanding like the shift in a relationship and like the weight of a relationship on your personal character. Like
Yeah.
I feel like that was a message that I picked up from the entire thing. Another one is um decision making. I mean, the name of the movie is The Wrong Way, and decision making is a big thing when it comes to what way and what path you do take. And in
Mm-hmm.
relation to, my own life, like I was saying before, I made some decisions about my own life in which I may have taken a path that wasn't necessarily in the right course of my, divine path and life path. That's how I look at life. So
Okay.
decision making is another message that I feel like the audience should get and that I would like for them to receive from what my mindset and my personal, delivery of the character that I was in.
Okay, that
And
sounds good. Sounds very
a few
good.
other ones, but
Well,
those are the main ones. There's a few other ones, but those are the main ones.
okay, that sounds good. Well, look, I just want to thank you once again for stopping by and chatting with us, Miss Bree Endia. And I know
Thank
that
you
you
for
have
having
brought
me.
everything that you bring to this role of Cassey, and it's going to be phenomenal seeing you on the screen. So, thank you again for stopping by and chatting with us.
Thank
Uh,
you.
So everybody, please stay tuned for the release of The Wrong Way coming soon, the end of January. So stay tuned for that. It's only going to be available on Slim X Productions. And we appreciate you tuning in and supporting Slim X Productions and everything that they're doing. My name is Steve Lester, coming to you live from New View TV, and we'll see you next time.